distance. They're map 5, map 5, map 5. Estriel started a bit slow this season. He has come in roaring, though, since we got back from the break. Hardpoint especially, he has stepped it up. But our second series of the day, we got 5 total. It is going to be a long one. It is losers bracket gauntlet all day long. You lose, you are toast. 04 trying to get Mixie early on, but he gets shut down there mid-map as everyone vies for position here in early control.
Yeah, not nasty, just controlling top halls. Nice shots there. And yeah, I mean, it's sort of the same discussion around these two teams. You have consistent slayers, I think, on both sides from like 04, Abuza. It's just the other pieces that are going to step up. Same with Rocker, you know, nasty. If he could be this guy, they're going to be a tough team to beat. And then on the Minnesota side, you look at somebody like Paul. He can struggle in respawns. They rely on him in search and destroy. But I mean, you have to be better here in a map like Hardpoint.
Well, we were thinking Vancouver, just, you know, they've had some online struggles and just where they're playing from. We thought there was a team that's maybe going to level up on land. It might be them. Obviously, it doesn't happen yesterday, but a much more winnable match here. You've shown that you can do it online. Can you get it done now here on land? Nasty continuing on this 4-0 streak. He's playing deep. Most of the push going to be coming towards him. One player on the other side from Rock. That's going to be Geo, who gets one before he falls. Down Nasty, stuck between everybody. You're going to start to get swarmed here if you are Surge inside the point. Here comes the pressure, but Estriel and Paul X, they're getting it done from the front. That's just too easy.
And that is just all Geo getting the one kill, right? Because you had this setup. Nasty has help, but as soon as Geo gets that kill on the hill, one player has to shift, and then Nasty's all by his lonesome. They get the back spawns, and that's a break there for Minnesota Rocker. 2 in a row there for Paul. And now maybe your last push here if you're Surge.
And I didn't see what the timing was for Geo to get through, because there was one player like Rockside for Surge. I didn't see if it was an awkward spawn or he found a crazy timing to get in. I was just so focused on Nasty kind of playing by the statue. I didn't see how Geo kind of slipped through the cracks to get that one.
Abuza spawns all the way out, and there's just a weird timing,
okay.
You know, near Rock. But yeah, I mean, the fact he gets one just messed the setup for Surge.
Well, so often, that first domino, and then things start to fall apart. Nero, you know he's going to look to get Mixie. He is a straight shooter, one of the streakiest players we've got in the league. But we get right back over to Nasty offenses. As well as a contest here for now. All 8 players basically stacked up and ready to fight. Back and forth we go. Rocker once again, though, they're able to win this opening sequence to get onto the point. They continue to have plays like this in second and third, and well, that lead's going to get pushed up real big.
Well, yeah, on a map like Hacienda, you just do not have many opportunities to break, and they have been so efficient already. That was 6 kills in a row for the side of Mini. You know, P3 can be a little bit messier, so I guess you're happy that you are Surge. You know, maybe to break up some of this time. But right back in it goes Geo, and that, it's almost 3 dead. There's the trade. You're going to find the scrap time. And look at the foot race on rotation. It's a 1 versus 1, so you're already a little bit later than you want to be if you're Surge and Rocker. Look at them, all 4 players with 7.
Yeah.
They're able to find the brace. Now they're winning rotations.
Estriel's like thinking he's got more to deal with. Like he's like ready to slide and chow the next player. But he's like, all right, we just have a 2-on-1 here. Able to win it, and while you are stringing things together, you come out swinging big time if you are Minnesota Rocker, pushing up to a significant lead now. About to head over that 100-point mark, looking so good. Estriel, how good has he been in Hardpoint? Really just overall since the break. He has stepped it up, seen to find his comfort levels on this team. As Geo gets in behind enemy lines, really just that one more player they've got to take out. Nasty, they're able to do that. This has been clean here at third.
Yeah, maybe one of the reasons we haven't seen Surge play Hacienda. Very sloppy so far. Yeah. And really just, to me, you're just not on the same page. Maybe Tom's a little bit off, but you're not rotating. You're losing breaks early. Just feels like something's off. Could just be simply that, well, I mean, 0-4 was 4-10. But a nice start here for Minnesota. At least you find some scrap time if you are Surge. But you're going to have a big deficit to come back from.
You just got to hope maybe it's a slow start. You lose a couple gunfights early. Maybe nerves are hitting a bit. You see here the feed starting to go their way a little bit, at least over this stretch, as we get back to mid-map. But Surge, if you're going to rally, it feels like it needs to happen inside of this hard point. You get broke early one more time, things going to get real ugly. The frontline push of Rocker gets stunned up big time. I think 1 friendly and 1 from the enemy side of it. They'll clear the player out of the hard point for now. Really, it's the top halls. Fight will go down. Seems you've got numbers at least for a moment if you are Surge. 04's turned around from what, 4-10 he was, now 5 in a row. He's just about got back to even. And that's what you just gotta hope. Hope it was just a slow start. Nerves and Gunny maybe need to warm up. And it's kind of feeling that way. Just one of those things where the kill feed felt so purple early. Now starting to white. up a bit here for Surge.
You got the Hellstorm, so you could use that on any of the hills if you want to. But what was it for Minnesota? It was the early P2 break. You're going to have another chance here. Surge, you win the rotation. All the white arrows in a spot to control P2. But here comes Rocker. First couple of players going to be Paul and Gio working outer fences. Inside a lobby, Abuz is able to find one, but it's just Gio a lot cleaner at this P2 for Surge.
Yeah, I mean, the step a little bit different too, right? Got instant help from lobby, from rock side. You have kind of two playing back towards statue, not nasty on an island. Well, you don't have what happens with the timing with Gio getting through, but yeah, you get exactly what you want. And now, after it felt like you might need to hit the panic button early on, the nerves have calmed. You're right back in this game. You're down 15. Nasty, who started out hot, is right back to shooting. Nice slide and chow. That's 5 straight for him. See the big streak from 04. Nasty now popping off, and look at that, Joe. Might be a lead change here to Surge.
No, it should be. I mean, Rocker, they're going to go at this, or maybe one more time. They were thinking about it. Yeah, it looks like they're going to go through side stairs. One player is going to rotate. That will be Nero. So he's already out towards P3. And now you start to think, you already have one streak. Nasty's close to a second. And, well, these next couple of hills, that's exactly where you want those Hellstorms to come in.
Right? Like, you can get out of the point and get inside, but definitely a outside hard point where you can get some damage done, or at least have to change up positions for the team trying to hold. We'll see a Booz's POV from top balcony. Trophy's eating most of the stuff, but here it comes. He's off the streak. Would be called here at will. We'll see if they can set up Nasty another one, but eyes from the sky. 2 are going to back up in the garage. You know that's where they're going to be. One goes under arches towards mid-map. They've got eyes on that as well. They're able to pick up Gio. You know they just have to funnel outside the garage. You think you'll be able to shut them down. I thought Nero got 2, but at least one is a team kill, but he's still up and fighting. You maybe expect to get a little bit more out of that.
Yeah, you're hoping to. Yeah, at least turn it into a break. Maybe some find some time, but you do have one more Hellstorm on the side of Nasty, 4P4.
Oh, you did get it? Okay.
Yeah, he was able to earn that, but yeah, I mean, this could be a big turning point here for Rocker, just able to hold on. They win the fights out of Shed, and then I think it was Paul who was on the far side. He's able to win a one-on-one once he makes his way through to reinforce towards that hill. So again, a back and forth game.
Yeah, you get a good, what, like 45 seconds or so there on a third, which is absolutely beautifully done. Rocker came out swinging first, had a significant lead, had let things slip a bit, but after the P3, they're bouncing back into it, looking to get fighting again. Let's hear the comms now from Minnesota Rocker.
Okay. Nasty's like our close right time. On the right hand, you're right hand. Okay, Nasty's close right time after that.
I'm stunned.
I need over time.
I need over.
Oh, my close right, bro.
All good, all good.
I got right time. I'm on him.
Close right time, Nasty.
I don't want any time.
Here, have a trophy.
Let's give me open on me.
I need time.
Inner weak.
Same time. You're left,
on the
okay.
right.
Same time.
I'll stay open.
Close right,
Two
close
times,
right, Nasty.
Stun him on time.
He's close corner, close corner.
Close. Close set. Another one close right. Close right. Just do. There's
One
drops
shot,
like
there's 2.
good.
I'm going to go 4.
I'm
There's
in
2.
here.
I'm going to push out open probably.
Okay,
20 seconds of
okay.
this.
Yeah, yeah.
Fences then.
Okay.
20 seconds of this.
What? I see him.
Blue's laying down time.
Office.
They're both over.
Okay.
Blue's and 04. I got Blue's and Nasty.
They're gonna spawn back in limbo.
Blue's weak.
There's 2.
Yep.
I'm holding over.
Okay. I still on my red.
I
They
thought
might
fire.
flank.
Lay down watching fire. They can go secret. They can go bottom red.
I got one. Okay, nice.
There's 2 open.
Okay. I'm on him.
Watch out. There's 2 open.
I'm all the way open. Alright, he's low red. He over red. He might go with like your stairs.
Two open, both open weak, Nasty.
That's good shit.
He
I need
comes
more
up
time.
cubby.
Okay.
I went on me.
Triple left.
He's gonna be open. Trying to get one shot.
Close.
Nice.
One time.
Oh, open.
Time
I
it
need
open.
him. He's still open. I think he was like coming side
Watch
open.
out, time.
I can't see him.
He's
Well, as good as it looked at third, you hear some frustrations, I think, in the comms from Rocker, as they could just not get a break late or early in the next point. It's a crazy stretch from Surge. They're up 60, and I mean, man, not that frustrated, but you definitely heard some moments.
No, I mean, they were getting gunned, right?
Yeah,
You start to get pieced up, and yeah, it can be tough to calm that. It's sort of like, yeah, the frustration does come on through. Maybe one more chance here towards this P2. Will you have if you are Rocker? You're all going to spawn up on the right side of the map. Surge going to be around 240 after this first hill. The problem maybe is going to be that Hellstorm to use to break this if you want to. But you can see Hixie just going to wait for his teammates. You actually have 2 more, right? Because Nasty still has his, and now Hixie's going to have another one.
Considering you were getting slammed and down,
Yeah,
what,
what a
60 to
comeback.
80 early on. Yeah, a comeback, and then like more than that, you start to run away with the game. So impressive. This streak, do you turn this into time? Didn't get much out of the last one over a third. You're collapsing on this. I mean, got to make sure Estriel doesn't get multiple. It's Paul that's able to get 2, but then they trade that out. You've gotten in, you can close it out. 5 more needed for the map 1 dub, and it looks like they've got it. Nobody able to win the foot race over, no chance to do it. Surge. They surge after the opening couple of hardpoint. They come alive, and after not playing Hacienda in an official match, they come out with a map 1 dub.
Yeah, I mean, first set of rotations was not great at all.
You literally said, like, no wonder they haven't played this.
No,
at one point.
it just felt off. You know, they weren't rotating together. We're doing a break one more time. Just felt like the timings for them were off, but they brought it back. That second P2 was really the difference maker. They held on. They didn't allow Rocker to break, and yeah, then you started to clip some cruises time and time again. Where I mean, you just have so many streaks on a map like this, and you may not find a lot of kills, but it's in a setup race like it did on that last hill.
No, it felt like that was sort of like what we talk about a lot with this Rocker team. Like, this Rocker team is the one that goes in a hole sometimes in hardpoints, and then they have like one guy streaks, then another guy streaks, and you know, it's just how Rocker have been. Like, that was like they gave him a taste of their own medicine. I mean, 3 cruises you get. I think it was 04 that kind of maybe started the comeback.
Yeah.
He's the one that started to get the engines going. And after you said that, I think my response was, you gotta hope it's just the guns aren't hot, hope it's the nerves. And seems like it was just that. Just came out a little bit flat, but thankfully, it's not one of those times you come out flat and you're looking at no one start to the series. You came alive quick enough.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, I mean, it was yeah, kind of 04 that started that. Nasty was consistent throughout it, and then Abuza does Abuza things. But yeah, you can see right around here, I mean, they're down, you know, 50 or so. It stays right around that, and then this was the start of the comeback. But really, the P2 that got surged back into it, that's where that Hellstorm was earned. And this was the play with 04, where he goes on that little spree. But again, just 3 to 4 dead, time and time again for Minnesota Rocker. And what worked on the first set of rotations did not work on this one. They could not find a break.
An incredible response from Surge. I mean, I thought Rocker's answer at the P3, like what, through the second set might be enough, but after that, like we go to the listen in, and then, yeah, I think it was like Estriel sounded real frustrated a couple times, and they're just tucked in corners. You're trying to deal with them at the Rock Hill. They're in both. You just hear they're not able to win some gunfights. It's Surge that's going on streaks, and then, I don't know, just never really gave Rocker a chance to rally, and that's what a lot of teams have allowed them to do. There's always like this late push from Rocker, I feel like, why a lot of their hardpoint plus minuses is like 20 points. They have so many tight ones, but you just close it out with emphasis there if you're Surge.
Well, they're a team that finds a lot of multi-kills, and that's when they do get going. You know, whether it is Geo, whether it's Nero, Estriel, and really the thing is I think Estriel really slowed down. Him and Paul both finished right around double negative.
Oh, yeah, they slowed down massively.
And that's where that frustration maybe comes in with the comms. But there you can see, I mean, yeah, they're down around 40. Well, even more than that after that first P4, and then they just start to take off.
Yeah, I thought it got to close to 80 and right around there, like 70-ish points. So yeah, that's a pretty significant lead, at least early in a hard point. But Vancouver Surge showing they have what it takes to bring it back. First time they've played it officially in a match, and obviously they're scrimming at a ton, but that's the first time we're getting eyes on, and it looked ugly, then it looked great. Fantastic map 1 win, and now we get to the Search and Destroys. I believe they're flipped versus what it was, I think, in the last time they played when we had that crazy long series. Just, well, flipped in the sense they're a different order, which shouldn't matter too much. But we get to a red card, and Rocker, I mean, part of why they've been able to survive a lot of series and get to a lot of game 5s, they've been pretty okay at everything. Like, they don't have I mean, I guess Search probably the best, but they can catch you anywhere. There's one of those teams that's just tough to put away.
No, I mean, if you're Rocker or a Minnesota Rocker fan, you're just kind of used to being down 0-1. Now you're 2-9 in map number 1s.
Yeah, no.
I mean, they've had a couple of reverse sweeps.
It was a joke for a while. It's like, get them to 0-2. Like, just get to 0-2 and then let's start the series.
Yeah, it just feels like, I don't know what it is with this team, but they do just, they're known for these slow starts. The problem is when you get to a tournament like this, you start in losers, you have 1 life. You just don't want that to happen. You don't want to rely on that. You cannot start slow all the time.
No, we talked a lot about the importance of map 1s like last night. I mean, historically, they just are so important. Just your first foot forward in the series. Saw fist bumps out from Abuza. Those guys trying to get dialed in for the map 2. And what, Joe, we went round 11 in both searches last time. Who was able to take this one?
Yeah, Surge was able to win in that round 11. That was at game 5. But you can kind of see here, I mean, if you're a Surge fan, this is maybe where you want to see some improvement, is in the Search and Destroy. Kind of what they built off 04 and Abuza from last year. Ixie, maybe the standout player yesterday. He was 11-6. See if he can do that again.
Map 2 now underway as Rocker look to get the equalizer. No trophies, nades hitting over the top. You just can't connect to. Some damage done to the pointman there. And I think 04 was probably still weak because he got hit by one of those nades as well. And he gets cut down near with the headshot. He probably just had to hit a couple of bullets. So you get the advantage on defense, and well, Nero was stringing them together, locking them down. Paul X has been kind of their search and destroy specialist, trying to give them numbers even more, but it's going to be on Nasty and Hixie to try and clutch here.
Yeah, and a little bit different setup there from Minnesota Rocker. Normally, you know, when we've seen players get aggressive towards the A stairs, that's where you're finding kills, but Nero just locking it down all the way back from back sight, and then they're just all able to converge on the players around the stairs. So a nice round one there for Rocker.
Yeah, I think the opening nades they had, we saw from one POV, he got hit to like 60. I'm guessing that first blood, he also got tagged. They were pretty grouped up. But yes, Nero getting 2 openers with the AR from deep, gonna make that round pretty easy. And well, that's one of the tough things just with an early round one. Don't have trophies, pushes a little bit riskier. Granted, I mean, you're not usually getting trophy out at that point anyway, and probably getting hit when you're trying to do that cross, so just some
Yeah, I mean,
nice
you know
tosses.
nades are coming in. Maybe just 04 jumps up on the bush and is just thinking, like, nobody's going to hit some shots, but instead the headshot comes through from Nero.
Yeah, I'm not even 100% he got hit by the nade, but I assume so, just how close he was, but might have just been straight headies from Nero. Well, Rocker, after the great defense, they are sending in. It's going to be on Nasty. What can he get? Because it's going to be a second before the help is going to come. Great job getting one, and he almost gets out with his life. But you get one. The comm is everybody is here. We get to the 3 versus 3, and we have some insane retake situations on the B-bomb site. Oh, 4 though. I mean, he'll take that freebie.
Yeah, I mean, that's the angle, right? He's looking for that, and Estrel's going to get caught as soon as he starts to plant that bomb. Or at least get down to it. But yeah, now 2 versus 3, and bomb isn't planted. It's a tough situation here for Nero and Geo.
That's got to always be the most frustrating thing when you're like the one guy on the offsite. And you get one, it's like, I've done my job, but then you just have to watch the rest of the round. Like, come on, boys. please close this out. And they are getting it done. They make that look easy.
No, I mean, the fact that the bomb isn't planted, right? They don't have to push into there, and then they can stay patient. I mean, 04 finds that kill.
And he gets all 3 after it, right? Oh, no, so sorry, 2 of them.
Yeah, he's able to earn a couple. Well, there's multiple 04s, I guess. So maybe that's what happened. The scoreboard messed up.
Oh, okay, because I thought that makes sense. I thought I saw 04 getting 3 of those, but is it correct on our scoreboard over here? Yeah, it is. Okay, so it was actually Hixie that's able to get 2. That confused the hell out of me, I'll be honest. But we get to 1-1 now. We'll see if Nero can have the same impact defensively like he did in round 1. This time a little bit slower on the offensive push. They're able to avoid the nades, at least the early tosses. So Rocker, you know, you don't see anything for a minute. You're thinking maybe pressure towards B, but now you get some shots out, skirts towards A. You're not exactly sure where the hit's going to come from, but you can see one, and Pollack starting to cheat over.
Yeah, Hixie has bomb, right? So you're thinking maybe wherever he is, wherever he's going, that's where they're going to start. So it was shifting towards B, now maybe back towards A. But you have all the info in the world, but Nasty's still going to find the first blood from Ticket. So nice first blood there, and again, just trying to back away to play his life. He's done such a good job, and he finds a second. 3rd in the round from Abuza, all down to Estriel.
Nasty. He's got both first bloods for the team. And, well, you give up that same play from Nero to start this round last time.
Locked down. If he has
Wait a
bullets.
second.
He got the kill as well. That kill comes in, but it buys enough
yeah.
time for Nasty to get there. I mean, if he has one more bullet in the clip, that's a 1 versus 1.
Yeah, he gets it, but would he been able to finesse and survive? Maybe he gets it down to a 1v1 and he can pull it off. But a really solid job there from Nasty. Not only one, but able to finesse and get the second one. Got 1 first blood from Rocker behind Nero, and then Nasty's got the other 2. Last time, it's pretty much a dedicated B push out of Rocker. They get site control easy. Well, pretty easy. They go 1 for 1. They're able to get there, and then they get picked apart. They're going to change it up this time as the focus seems to be out towards A. Really, one person in Paul X is going to be worried about the flank, maybe applying pressure B to try and keep the defense from Surge honest. But you've gotten aggressive here. If you're at 04, you know teams like to push up, get angles over towards A.
Well, problem with Surge is they're not watching these shots. Now they're going to see it, but Abuza, he's all the way in the back, so bomb's already being planted, and you can instantly see what happens. 04, Nasty, they're going to go. But this is a 4-on-4 retake. Already some time off the clock, and Nero's going to get aggressive. He finds his second, a quick trade from Hixie. but it could just come down to what do 0-4 and Nasty find.
He did not think there was a second one holding his hand, that's for sure.
And well, they're not going to find anything.
Wow,
It's just all down to Nasty. So they give up that A plant. And well, it turns into nothing.
Yeah, I thought they were going to be able to work a pretty quick flank because you were pushed up pretty far in lobby. I thought it was going to come fast, but yeah, by the time it gets there, well, you lose one of them instantly. Your front line is completely dropped. Just not able to do anything behind it. No real opportunity at the retake. You'd like to see Surge try and do anything different there?
Well, I mean, it just takes time. It takes a lot of time, right?
Yeah.
You just don't really have the info over towards A. Again, you're playing for that retake, so that's the call. But when you double flank, I mean, we've talked about it on Red Card. There's just so many angles to check. It takes a lot of time. But I think that's a heads-up play from Nero to get forward and not allow really that pinch to develop. They use their numbers on the one side of the map, and then they just kind of knew, all right, the other two players are going to be flanking.
Well, yeah, I mean, they were literally just kind of just chilling, waiting for that pinch to develop. They did not expect Nero to hit it out, but, well, that's types of plays Nero likes to make. Estrio bouncing back after the map one dud. He's leading at 5-2. Speaking of Estriel, he does get that first blood, but doesn't change much as the trade is instant. And we now have this 3v3. Now we saw a similar situation where Surge were able to break in the 3v3, make it look pretty clinical, get the defuse. Now it's Rocker's turn to try this. The difference is you've got two working from the flank side. Only one really from the front. So they want to isolate this. They get the info and they push it. And that's what you expect. They get the eyes on two. They're like, let's hit this. There's going to be one player there.
Yeah, it's a great play from Surge, but now they have to hold on. And Nero
Okay.
Blacks are able to win the gunfights. 20 seconds left for Nasty. He knows one player is weak, but it doesn't matter.
Dude.
A great retake, and well, it's Paul with 4 in a row, able to earn that defuse. But yeah, you make the correct initial play to find Geo.
You just don't get back into position quickly enough, or just a great play from Rocker
They
really
just
to get
lose
there.
the gunfights.
Yeah,
They just get fried by the Jackals on the side of Rocker.
Yeah, I thought once they pushed that out, like, beautiful play. You've got this seal, but here comes Paul X. Nice little hop around the edge. He's a bullet. He's just enough time to get back to full HP, and then you make the last one look easy. What, 1 for Nero, 3 for Paul X. He's on 4 straight. And suddenly you've got a 3-2 edge now if you are Rocker.
Yeah, just one of those rounds, maybe, yeah, you want back. I mean, there's only 20 seconds left. But that's just props to those two on the side of Rocker.
Felt like he did everything right if you were Surge until the gunfights at the tail end of it. Similar to a couple offenses ago, Rocker want to get right into this push over towards B. And we'll see how the rotation across comes in from Surge, how quickly they can get there. First time they did this, though, was Nasty by himself, right? He gets 1 and then drops. You've got 2 players here, so a little bit different of a defensive setup. And you buy enough time, the rotation's going to come in. I think it's looking better for him, but then suddenly Paul X and Estriel light it up. Estriel's able to get 2, and they just pluck them off the map so quickly.
Well, I mean, so you have that 2-man setup with Nasty and HC. And really what Nasty's trying to do is set up HC for a play, right? Just allow him to lurk. He's able to find 1. But the problem is yeah, Nasty dies right away. And then they just got aggressive past Hixie. Hixie's like prone in a corner. Right on that staircase, does get 1, but immediately traded out. So just nice execution there from Rocker.
And that's back-to-back rounds where you think maybe Surge are in a decent position to get a round win. And Rocker just steal it away. Now up 2 rounds. And started to really take over the first blood department. Part of why they're getting these round wins as well. They've got 3 straight first bloods. They've got an advantage 4-2 there and 4-2 in the round count as well. Maybe Surge's turn to just try and hit it. It's like last time we should have won the round. Let's just try and get back to that. Well, hello. Up close and personal. Nice slide through. Nero adds another one on. That's his 3rd first blood in this map too. And he's still looking to cook. It's Estriel as we find everything. I thought pretty nice movement out for the Chow, but Nasty will deal with it. He's tagged up though, and Estriel wants to chase him down. They hunt him down, and that'll be 4 straight now for Rocker, a round away from just flipping this Surge on its head.
Yeah, I mean, this B bomb site, they have just owned it, right? And we just keep going back to it if you're Surge. I mean, you're hoping 0-4 finds some info with that stun. That's what he's thinking, right? You kind of know this setup corner to corner. The problem is the stun doesn't connect, and then as soon as that door opens, Nero is just like, hello, I'm going to get this first blood, does just that. And yeah, numbers already there for Rocker.
Yeah, that looked terrifying from his POV. Like, just a quick strafe out, like, okay, I'm dead.
Yeah, he's just hoping the stun hits, just doesn't connect with him.
Estriel, tough map 1, but 9-4 in this one. Car out, for Geo. See how they opt to use this. Right now, it looks like it's going to be kind of info or distraction towards B because you see Bomb on the minimap is still out towards the A side of it. Pixie takes a little damage from the car, but he'll get back to full. He's still got that setup there with Nasty. Or maybe worried about aggression over towards B again, but that's not going to be the play. Abusa now is going to give the comm, hey guys, it's an A hit, so you see everybody wrapping over. You'll have numbers here, or you should. You know, now you definitely do after 04 gets him. I was going to say, Geo's out of the play.
Yeah, I mean, 04 just, he recognizes one player crosses, doesn't want the plant to go down, and then hits the flank, so it gives his team a man advantage. And while Paul's just trying to get aggressive, but he's got no help. You see Geo's position on the map. So he's just kind of waiting, maybe to hope to get a freebie.
Yeah, I keep thinking he's going to start working over, but...
Well, no freebie for him.
Now he's got to. Oh, nice gunfight win. His drop shot can be sick. Close to medium range. With this weapon can be disgusting, but just no time. He's got to move. Can't make the play happen. Left it to the 1v3 type clutch play, and Surge now something to write home about. Mirror to rip off 4 straight. First part of that done.
Man, that's just all 04. I mean, yeah, you see Abusa, he backs down, gets info there at towards this site, and he sees the one player cross through the goal, and then, yeah, he just knows, all right, there's probably a player on bomb. Does a great job to get a double.
Yeah, you already had like a 4-on-3 with Geo too, so that's just, that round was done the second he makes his play. Disgusting stuff there from 04. Feels like one of them really starts to step it up and get going. Maybe you can push this to a round 11. Remember, the last time they played, we went to round 11 and both the searches. We're playing the same searches within this best of 5. Step by step, you try to get it done. They haven't really found much success at B, so they're gonna maybe try to work at A side, but you see where Bomb is, so. This could end up shifting quickly. Depending on what they see, well, that would have been a tough death. Nasty nearly peeled, but stays up with 13 health.
Well, that's just kind of it. Do they know how many players are out here? Because they could just go straight to B, and now maybe will be the call, but no, Hixie's trying to wrap back, and they're just going to play it straight up out towards this A site. 04 able to find that first blood, quickly traded by Nero. And now Paul X is in a position to help his teammates as well from B.
That's a tough one, bro. Nero just like lurks up, just gets that one from bottom stage and just crawls away like a rat. Like you think you've got numbers, you want to bully your way towards site. Now things kind of come to a stop. Hixie wants to get the angle, but Geo's tucked away in a corner. 04 has just been getting hampered from everywhere. Nero's back to his troll spot, bottom stage. He gets a second, and they shut it down defensively, just like it started in round 1. But they go on a tear through the mid-game. They win it 6-3, and they tie us up 1-1.
Yeah, a bit surprised there. I thought Surge had a ton of info that they could have just got out of there, right, and followed Hixie towards B, but doesn't happen in that last round. They want to play it straight up. All the numbers there for Rocker, but I think there's a couple rounds throughout that map where Surge were in a good spot, and I mean, just the guns. The SMGs on the side of Rocker got going and clutched some rounds out.
Nero wins on 5, Estriel. I mean, really everybody involved in this damage-wise, all between like 900 and 1100 basically. Real well-rounded effort. Yeah, it's just, if it ever was working offensively for Surge, it felt like the retake was there for Rocker. But thankfully you got the Hacienda win, so you're in a 1-1 position, you're looking okay. You'll head to a protocol next. This one went 5 rounds last time we went to it. The Skyline was like a 20-point game. The Vault Search went to 11 rounds. So we're expecting this one to go the distance. And so far, it's pretty much exactly what we expected. Maybe not in the same order, but we're at a 1-1 is what we thought would happen.
Yeah, I mean,
for Surge to win it, they won, what, 1-3-5 last time?
Yeah, I mean, this
Could
is just what these two teams do. Yeah, and when they match up, we just saw it.
No, it absolutely is. We'll see if they continue to go the distance. But yesterday, we had the final series, which was an absolute banger, a crazy one. Outside of that 3-0s, I know it started with a 3-0 on the day for Carolina, but I imagine we are going to have some gauntlet-type series the rest of the way today on Friday. It's elimination matches all day. We'll see you with Protocol when we get back.
The Esports World Cup is an official partner of the Call of Duty League. Upgrade your game with the Scuff, the official controller of the Call of Duty League.
I'll give you permission, my man.
Go ahead, brother.
Go ahead.
Yeah, just go.
Make your way over. The fans were holding him back, but he's ready to rock. Here we go.
What do you want to say to the fans out there that's been supporting you guys? Fuck Optic, fuck the green wall. Vamos! And that's going to do it for me and Vico here on the stage. Oh. Oh. Encore.
Mets-toi en confiance, mon grand. Allez.
I'm on top. He's got to be backside.
Dead.
Maybe backside side. Try side.
Come on.
Get up. Hey, we got that. Charlie, bro. Go. Let's go. Holy shit.
Let's go clutch up there.
Boys. My fault.
Might. Oh, the whole team might. I think they are. They're going to get a quick bit of a workout in. Come on, Vico, get up there, son. They're going to get a workout in here in round 1. There we go, team. Up we go. Oh, Vico, for God's sake, he's choking on main.
God, dude.
What do they have to give yourself a fighting chance here in the series? Real, ruthless aggression. Another on stairs, can't get it. It's Krent with 2. It's now down to Lucky. And will he be that in this 1v2 situation? Here they come. Finds the first. Oh my God! Lucky! Dios mío, how has he done that?
Time, man. Like when you have the Slayers, when you have the talent there, it's all about putting it together.
Can you walk us through what kind of y'all situation?
Yeah, what's the setup you got going?
Apartment?
So we have a kind of like a penthouse apartment and a whole bunch of setups in here.
Do you guys all live together in this penthouse? Who's cooking? Who's whipping up the meals after a win?
So Brian gets the penthouse. We're all staying at a different apartment.
Okay.
Still pretty nice, not quite a penthouse, but you know, we spend every day here. It's
Brian Saints living in a penthouse? Call of Duty can make dreams come true, children. You heard it here first. All right.
No way.
They're doing the CDL song.
No way.
Are we about to get started?
Yeah.
Are we about to get started?
Hello and welcome back. We're looking to get deeper in this series, tied up 1-1. Some fans excited for the LAG match, which is just around the corner. Gentlemen's fans popping. They have been wild. Doesn't matter who's playing, they are ready to rip and roar. It's been awesome to see them in attendance.
I can't wait for the next match just to watch them.
No,
honestly,
100%.
Green suits versus the green wall. It's gonna be loud in here.
Listen, they might only get a match, but they're gonna be turned. Yeah, I hope. I don't know. Like, listen, regardless, we're gonna have a fan base left that's gonna be insane. But I hope these guys will stick around and maybe find somebody to root for, whether it's gonna be like Hydra or I don't know what it's gonna be. But the French
Maybe
fans
they'll go
are
on a run.
bro.
They're gonna go on a run.
Yeah. An LAG run, dude. I love to see Priest to do something crazy, but you see control overall this season. Both teams sitting around 500. Estriel, you know, we highlighted his hardpoint stats before, and he had a pain point there. Control, he's been solid as well. We'll see if he can be better, but for the protocol, that was won by Vancouver, 3-2 last time they played.
Yeah, not a map they play often. Only 1-1 on the other side for Rocker. Like they're sitting around 500, but they're 1-4 on this map. So. One they've been trying to improve on, trying to get better at. Just hoping those reps start to pay off. Again, they've had some close games on this map. So that's why Surge are going to opt for it again. I mean, maybe not their go-to, but they're like, screw it, we'll play Protocol versus this team.
Well, Nasty doing what he can, just working the objectives here. Dealing with the utility that's contested for now. Not going to finish this first point, but well, winning that gunfight might get it done. He will. He'll finish that. 04 was there with him as well, so that little bit that needed to wrap gets done so quickly. Nice win from 04, but can't get back to safety from the top window as Gio will shut him down. Start to fan out on the map is Rocker. They like to be aggressive here. They like to try and get into your spawn, play from behind, look for openings. They're a team that's going to take risk on a map like this.
Yeah, I mean, you know, this is sort of the formula we've been noticing, right? On attack, it's sort of just pausing the clock towards A, then trying to get aggressive if you are the attacking team. But Rocker really haven't given up much map control, but there's always one more player near the A point. This time it was Hixie who finds a double. You see number 7 and Nasty starting to get aggressive, and immediately right back on towards A is Vancouver Surge.
We'll see how far the progress will go. Paul X hoping to get the angle. Able, I thought, to get the angle, but he's just not showing them toes for long enough. And finally, Paul X drops. It went down. Oh, God. Nasty getting up close and personal as well. That should be the 8-point finish, and it will be. So you've got nearly 2 minutes to work with. A few lives when it comes to the advantage, but a nice little stretch to close out at.
I mean, this is it. Yeah, this is just exactly what you're looking for. Hixie's going to find another double. 2 life advantage. 2 minutes to work with as well if you are Surge. Controlling bottom, middle 04's hoping to make that a little bit easier. Does find that kill. There are the reinforcements though, so you slow things down if you're Rocker.
Yeah, they've got bottom middle control for now, so you've got to win this in multiple parts. When you're Surge and you're coming off a spawn like this, like, what's kind of step one as you're really trying to work towards B?
Yeah, well, you're trying to making sure nobody gets into that area, up through that staircase into your spawn. And you know, with a minute and 40, minute 30 lives the way they are, they can go very slow right now if you are Surge, right? You're just not allowing it. You're trying to allow a multi-kill to come through, so you're coming up off spawn into the sights of Minnesota Rocker. So that's kind of what they're doing. Now down to a minute, but 6 versus 7 in lives, that's going to be the key.
Yeah, we'll see how much the time matters in this. You have the 1 life advantage if you're a Surge. Difficult gunfight there for Hixie. He's going to back down for now, continue to shoulder it, and maybe try to work inside. You know he's got help with 04. They're going to be able to double chow this. You don't even need the double chow. 04 able to take it. 1 through on the flank is Nero, though. He knows 04 is here. That was actually Nasty. It's the angle. I was confused for a second. I thought that's 04's freebie, but you get help from both sides. Suddenly, it's just 2 for Rocker. Estriel and Gio. Now only Gio. Well, Teamnade's not going to help you, so no respawns remaining for Vancouver Surge. But you got to pull off a 1v4 for Gio, and he just sends it in. He's got to make a play on the point as they're stacked inside. But that's really solid stuff. I mean, really just that, the stretch towards the tail end of A, that's like a clean sequence. You like outslay them, what, like 6-1, 7-1? Really sets you up with a lot of time and really just some map control and pressure on B.
Well, then it gets down to like 10 versus 9 or so, and what Surge do is they just make sure they don't take a gunfight by themselves pretty much ever. Like, maybe you have the opener, but every single time maybe there was a trade, there was always another Surge player nearby, whether it was 04, Hixie, and Nasty working top middle. They just made sure they never went to that clean 3-4 dead to give the advantage over to Rocker.
And it seems like your goal a lot of times on offense and control, like,
especially on this map.
Yeah, it's just keep the lives as close as you can. Just have a body on the objective as much as you can. It's like if you have close to 2 minutes to work with and you're what, like 15v15 in lives department, like you feel you have 2 win conditions, right? You might be able to bring it to lives, you might be able to cap the point. It's just about efficiency at times, and they did a really good job of that. Obviously not every control map the same, but typically what you're going for.
Yeah, it's what's worked so far on protocol. Really, just pausing. Not giving up this part of your base and getting spawn trap, but pausing the clock as much as possible with A. And hoping you keep that life count as even as you can.
Yeah, it feels like you could take more risks on defense, really. Because you're trying to push for the spawn trap. It's like, I feel like we saw a lot of that early from offense, like we're seeing Nero do. Like a whole lot more of this, like even 2-man pushes, but it's just, they could be such, the risk reward could be insane. Like you end up getting nothing here and you're leaving your team in a tough spot, or you can take over the map.
Yeah, well, they're gonna go 4 dead. Somehow Nasty dies, he falls off the map. Then someone else gets knifed on the zip line. So you're in a 4 dead and now you have this trap. So a big advantage right now for Rocker. They're almost done with A. They have a life advantage, and Nero was still in their base. A couple of kills, though, starting to go their way. And you can still get them off this point. They're doing just that if you are Surge.
Well, yeah, for the most part, I mean, they leave Nero. The rest of the team, since they spawn out so far near tower, they just push on forward, get in behind enemy lines. This is what can happen. Sometimes when you get aggressive on offense, the map just flips on its head. And it's a little bit easier to reinforce if you're the defense, and it feels like it eventually just goes this way. Now we got under 30 seconds to go. They still need 1 tick. Nice win from Estriel. He knows he's still got 1 more to deal with, but Paul X is able to do that. Nasty, though, he's still farming. towards the spawns here, waiting for your final teammates to spawn up and get rolling, but you get staggered again by a Booza. And this house, which you want to keep so safe, they have not been able to do it. And as good as it looked, like think about the stretch when Nero got those 2 kills, like offensively towards their spawn, and like everything that happened after that. Like,
yeah, they just didn't have many players on the point, right? They had the choice of, do we kind of set up for the spawn trap, or do we put multiple players on it, try to get done with A? They go for the spawn trap, and yeah, it doesn't pay off, but well, they got the 2 ticks. There is the time secured, so still doable for Minnesota Rocker, but they do not have a ton of map control. The only player forward is going to be that number 3 in Nero, and I think he's down low.
well, the problem with only having 8 lives too, like you need to get out of this mini spawn trap pretty efficiently, right? Or the round's done.
Yeah, well, so far so good, but Abuza is still here, and there is 3 dead.
That's about as good as you can do. You go 3 for 1, you bring it to 7 lives department, you get out and now get some map control. So I said they need to be efficient. That's exactly what they're able to do, because that goes 3-1 the other way.
It's over.
Round's probably done, yeah. You still have Hixie though. Well, but Hixie's gonna lose that one. Paul and Estriel making them pay. Geo through as well, 4v4. We got a good old-fashioned search round now, but 35 seconds to work with. Nero taking the long roundabout. Nasty though, he's reading it. Just the shots there are gonna slow it down, but can they isolate him top mid? They're trying to do exactly that, and they do. Paul's able to get 2. Surge now suddenly in trouble.
2 versus 3.
What looks so bad for Rocker absolutely flipped, unless Abuza and Hixie can go huge. Thing is here, I mean, if you're Rocker, you still need to get onto this point, right? You can't just think about the kills.
They're trying to isolate Abuza. Somehow he's in between 2. He shoots, finds 1, almost lines up the second. Now Hixie gonna help him out in a 2 versus 4 round. It comes down to a 1 versus 1. Hixie with the Jackal. Oh no! Oh no, he's gonna avoid that. Gio's gonna reposition. Where is he? You have the heady, you win the gunfight.
Oh my God, nearly takes his own head off with the nade, but Jesus.
That's laughing at him.
You gotta laugh it up. What are you gonna do? Like nearly a full-on panic situation, but my God, he's able to back away from it. Like, look at this one. Like, it's his heart stop beating. But just enough finesse to get out of it, not take any damage, get back to that. Okay, listen. You should not lose that fight, really, ever. But if there's one way you're going to, it's to Simtex the front computer. Oh my God.
Yeah, it looks like Gio tried to hit a couple of good shots, but yeah, he's got the Jackal in hand. Can't like reposition to a further point, maybe if he has the AR.
Well, and that's what I was saying. Like, even though that was a 2v3, like, still Rocker, like, they have to get to the point, right? Like, you know where they've got to move to, but the awkward situation with Abuza is what was weird.
How he didn't get hunted. Like, that was the play call from Rocker, was to find him, and somehow they couldn't find him.
No, they certainly didn't. And now Surge in firm control of this one. I mean, they were looking great early, then Rocker made an insane run, but they were just a well-oiled machine in their first offense, and they're kind of right back to it. Like, don't let anyone get through the gaps. Don't let Nero make any plays on defense. You're able to take those risks a little bit more and just sit back and shoot. That's what they're doing.
And this is a great break. When do we see this over towards B? It's sort of like,
stack it up.
All right, we're going to give up the A side, get ready for them to flank, and then off spawn, we're going to have Nasty in position. Nasty, by the way, 20 and 11, but this B point is done. What a break off from Vancouver Surge. Now the 8 point away from winning this one 3-0.
Yeah, you said how often do we see that? Like, never.
Never, and off the break as well.
Yeah, not often we see B before A, but we'll see now if Rocker can get the insane hold here, or this one's done. I mean, the big thing is Surge also have a pretty significant life advantage too. You are up 6. There is no pressure on you to really even, whoa, load it. Nade tries to pick it up and get it out, but not going to happen. As I say, not much pressure for them to actually get on the point because they have so much time in this life advantage, but you got 2 onto it quickly, and what, you didn't finish that tick though, yeah? Not quite done?
No, not quite.
Okay. So they'll get up and try to clear this. That's exactly what Gio will be doing.
Yeah, it's a sort of similar situation. The only difference it is A, but you had about 2 minutes. Lives close. You still have a 4 life advantage. And again, you're just trying not to give up your base. And Hixie off spawn. He's going to find Nero trying to flank his teammates from up top. That will be the 2 dead.
Yeah, they're not allowing Nero to get to those spots. Not allowing him to flip the game on its head. Great stuff from them. And yeah, just still an efficient unit.
Yeah, but on the other side, it was Estriel who actually does get the flank. So what looked like map control going the way of Surge, Estriel was able to find that timing that they've been able to shut down.
You still have Hixie out though. We're on his POV right now because you're hoping he can turn some heads, but he might turn his own head after those shots. But he had the clutch round, so he's all right for now. Maybe Hart's still racing for that.
There's someone put a rail there, you know?
But it was, what, about 6-7 lives they were up, now within 2, so this would be a great defensive stand from Rocker. You have so much to do if you're going to win this, but at least in the slaying department, you brought it back even now, and now you've taken an advantage. So nice stretch from Rocker, 3 straight from Paul, 4 straight from Estriel. Estriel still in aggressive position here. And this is what I'm talking about. You can do this type of stuff on defense. Far more often, you see people just get pinned in, and they have an opportunity to do just that. You need to get out clean. Haven't been able to do it yet. 5 straight for Estriel, still making the pay. Oh, I thought that was about to be a disgusting slide and chow, but Nero, nope, can't quite get the multi.
Yeah, one play that was out. I think it was HC was able to get out underground, but he gets caught, and yeah, Rocker, they have just not been able, or they have not allowed Surge to really get out of their base after that great start. And well, we kind of talk about this Rocker team. One or two players starts to go on streaks, then they all start to heat up. Great example in that round.
You were down 6 lives, and they've got 2 minutes to capture the easier point. Now, granted, it can still be, any control point can be difficult. We've seen some insane holds on the easier point. But yeah, I mean, you got a 3-4 dead, you get them pinned in, Estriel goes on a run, and you know, I think at the beginning I said, like, you can kind of take your time. Oh, let's see this. He goes, oh, so that's what it was. He goes to toss it, just hits him.
Yeah, well, they traded nades.
Yeah.
Playing a little catch on main stage.
I was like staring at the minimap. I looked up. I thought he had picked one up and tried to toss it back, honestly. Big round win for Rocker to at least stay up in this. Well, not stay up, but stay alive. Hixie just in control, shuts it down and gets 2. And that's going to be a hell of a start defensively. You're going to get all the troops forward, put Rocker in a difficult position, and while the offense has been where they have struggled, Gio wants to get stabby, not going to need to as the grapple doesn't get hit.
Yeah, nobody flanks the top staircase, so they tried to just leave Gio, but he's going to make him pay. I mean, he's still on 5 in a row, so you had a chance there. Just no one clears up top. Gio just stays live, makes sure his zip line is safe, and then he just pretty much has a free flank, and now look what this has turned into. As good of a break that was.
Bro, yeah.
Rocker now flipped the map.
In any situation, the bounce back kids, bro. It looks so ugly, and it looks so good for this team. I swear, multiple times over the course of a map, over the course of a series. But still, a ton to get done on this offense. Putting multiple on A now. Got one close to deal with, and well, Nero and Esther are able to do that, and they're going to get kills at a great point here. Right as they're about to cap it, they go up 6 lives. A will be done. We're going to be the standard setup. Now the pressure to Surge. I mean, you got every opportunity to push this to a round 5 if you're a Rocker.
I mean, I did not believe that. I mean, the way they turned the map so quickly. They're up 7 lives after a clean 3 dead. You have all a Surge in your base.
Rocker, bro.
Yeah,
Rocker. This
is what Rocker does. Gio now up to 26 and 18. Paul's at 27. But yeah, they may have to win. Well, if they win this offense through ticks, they'll have defense in round 5. And they are in control right now.
Yeah, in control and fighting in control. Paul not able to chain together 2. Nero, I thought, had the trade, and then Abusa just puts him down with the pistol. Gunfight got away from Nero a little bit there. So now you slow down and stabilize, but you still have this lives advantage. Maybe slip it away from you a little bit, but still okay. Let's say there should be a calm to Nero. He should be in trouble. Let's get spots from top window. A minute now to work with. And you've just been running around taking fights and stuff, but you haven't been able to get really towards the B objective at all. Maybe there's hoping to chip away at the lives deficit before they really make that play, but at some point you got to.
But the problem is they just have not been finding many kills through the middle of the map. It's been all Surge. Still down to 9 lives, 40 seconds left so they can take their time. You can see Surge really just starting to focus on bottom middle control. That's where you're going to have 0-4 and Abusa. Well, Abusa from up top, he's going to get taken down. But yeah, defense secured now for Minnesota Rocker, if they can get it to the round 5.
And can they get it there? Still got bodies here. Got to take Nasty off a difficult position there on the heady. Well, that's one way to do it. The nades are going to hit. We're so close to getting it done. Round 5 might be coming. They're up 4 lives. They're finding the kills. Desperation for Surge to try to send it on in, but Rocker, the never die mentality. is never put away. They're able to rip off 2 rounds. It looks so good for Surge, but now here we go to round 5.
I mean, just the last 2 rounds, right? You have the B start on attack if you're Surge. You have 2 minutes, life advantage to capture A, can't do it, they get shut down, and then this one, again, just a break off. I mean, that is everything that you want. But they don't hunt down Gio. He makes them pay, and then they just kind of take the round from there.
I mean, you've had what? You've come back from down 0-2 in series if you're Rocker. You've been down 5-1 in a Surge and brought it back, and you've seen everything. It has to give you some sort of belief system in yourself that no matter the situation, you're able to pull out a round, pull out a series. So now when you were feeling so much pressure if you're Rocker, all the pressure going to be on Surge. And similar to the last one. Last round, they came out with a decent opener, but then things maybe slip away from them a little bit. But you're getting progress on both points as they clear them off of B. The battle will then go down over at A. They're going to try and let Hixie get loose.
Yeah, I mean, that's just it. Yeah, I mean, yeah, the break-offs have worked out so well for Surge where, yeah, you were on both points. Rocker, though, do reconvene. They get together, able to find some kills, but you had so much objective work being done that you had 1:12 still on the clock for Surge to work with. And look, they just transitioned. Now you have 2 players over towards this B zone. Hixie controlling bottom middle.
It's going to be tough, though. They've got your, top window, and when Gio's shooting like that. And Hixie's been on this adventure. Like, we saw him basically trying to help out, top A. Then getting kills towards spawn, then it takes it all the way down the grapple to bottom control to try and help here. Like, he's had the longest of lives.
Yeah, it's just tough. He's doing his job, right? I mean, you need to control bottom middle when you're getting the B zone. It's just they're losing the gunfights elsewhere. Rocker just pretty much leaving him alone. Finally, he gets taken down, and just like that, Rocker up 8 lives.
I think that was Hixie's first death in this, honestly.
It's just these streaks. This is what Rocker does. Nero's on 9 in a row. You have Paul and Gio on 7 in a row. It just takes one moment, and then all 4 individuals start to get going. Nero in with a 10 spree.
This is why if you're going to beat him, you got to put him away. I mean, people have been able to do it quickly and efficiently, but at some point, they're going to erupt. You end one streak. Oh, guess what? We still have 2 players on one. Time of the essence. 10 seconds to go. And Rocker will have won 3 straight rounds and stolen this control away. Nobody close enough to get to a point. You blink and you missed it. What a stretch from Rocker. There is 0.8. Maybe 1 chance, and that chance is gone. Rocker, 3 straight rounds, now up 2-1, and that is an example of this squad. That map in a nutshell.
It is a frustrating one, I think, if you're a Surge fan, because I mean, there were so many rounds there where they're in control, great breaks, couple of offenses where you got to put them away, and they just don't do it. And then, more time goes on. I mean, you see Gio starting to pull off multi-kills. Nero, then he's able to get Dojos on a 10 spree. They just feed off one another. It does this Rocker team.
And I mean, I thought you did such a good job too in that round 2 if you were Surge, just in the sense Rocker had that run in the round 2 where Surge could have won it easily. They had complete control. Rocker made that run, but they were able to win in the 1v1. They get it down. It's Rocker made that kind of stretch and we didn't allow them to win it, but then they win the next 3 rounds. Okay, well, I guess they weren't done punching yet because they just never go down. Wow, and you get a great respawn out of Paul X. I mean, sometimes if he's disappeared, that's where it has happened. It's not going to happen here, but really good effort out of the entire squad. Estriel putting up 20 assists in that one. And just after that insane 1v1 we had in round 2, it is just Rocker, which you don't expect. I mean, usually a play like that, you got to think that's backbreaking for a team like Rocker, but their back's been broken so many times this year. It's just
they're used to it. Yeah. It's permanently broken.
We're already in the full body cast. We're good.
Yeah, this was a 2 versus 4. This could be a very tilting round on top of it. But yeah, they keep it together. They stay composed.
Yeah, that's the round. I thought it was going to get away from Vancouver, right?
And then you're thinking, you lose the one-on-one, you lose B right away on defense. It's just looking hideous. They're down 5 lives. You have players on the 8 point, but they did it together. Then they all start to get going. In that round 3, they carried over towards the round 4.
No, they're guys, how do we challenge ourselves more in control? We're familiar with the 0-2 comeback, but let's go 0-2 and give up the harder of bomb sites, or zones. The harder of zones, and then come back that way.
Easy peasy.
Sure. They are just firing at the tail end of this one. I mean, you probably just have Surge out of sorts. you know, like once you're dealing with this, like a team getting hot and you're just coming off a spawn into gunfights and Nero's on a double-digit streak just in your cheeks, it's not a great time.
Nobody wants that.
Yeah, well, I don't know about no one, but unbelievable stuff there from Rocker as they make the run. They go up 2-1. It was what, through 1-3-5. You're able to do it last time if you are Vancouver, but this time that's obviously not an option. You're gonna have to win it on Skyline, win it on Vault to close out the series 3-2. You can do it in a similar fashion, at least with that regard, but the pressure is on for Vancouver. You know, you're starting in the loser's bracket. If you're Rocker, you have one chance really to do this. This is your opportunity to show what you're made of. I mean, another way they're back up against the wall, I guess, just being in this one and done type scenario, but they don't give a shit.
No, they don't. It just seems that way. I mean, again, just cannot believe some of those rounds, the way they play out for them. Just able to put it together. But yeah, now you get to a Skyline. You hope your hard point, you have to be better here.
And it's like, listen, we talk a lot about this team and like being streaky, and listen, that's just kind of the essence of Call of Duty esports. Like that's just a thing. Like it's just so fast. Like, and if you played COD, you know how it is. You're getting slammed at one moment and then you're on fire the next. That's just a part of it. They're just like even streakier than what is normal Call of Duty. It's unbelievable.
No, it just feels like it takes one play. But here's a look at the updated bracket. Again, Ravens able to win our first match into our second one, and well, General Mates fans, they are just waiting. They're hoping this one's done right here.
Yeah, no.
They're hoping it's done so they can watch their team play.
Yeah, no, unfortunately, yeah, they haven't followed these two teams much. They would have known it's going to be a little bit of a wait to get to this next one.
They're warming it up. They're warming up all day.
I hope they have voices left by the time we get to it, but yeah, it has been awesome. These fans are amazing. It's been so cool to see them in attendance. Oh, but this is the Skyline hardpoint. Neither team really incredible here. You see the plus minus, and that's tough on a map like this too, where you're kind of getting blown out. I mean, you're averaging like nearly an 80-point loss on Skyline. It's not a good map.
No, that is not good at all.
The only good thing for you is it doesn't look great really on the other side of it, but we definitely opportunity to go 5, and for the French fans, they're like, dude, just get us the LAG optic. We're ready to get going into another one. They have been awesome, but for Vancouver, now you've got to be awesome. You have to answer back after one of the more frustrating type control losses we have seen. This is where you need the leadership, the coaching, everything to come into play. You lock it back in, and you look to push this one to distance. You didn't expect this to be an easy series. You knew last time you played it was the longest series on the year. You expected to come in and battle, and that's exactly what you're going to have to do.
Yeah, and I just think throughout the first couple of maps, like you had some of the individual moments you were looking for. Like even in the game 3, like Nasty and Dixie were both playing well. Game 1, it was 0-4 who really got going. So you're getting these moments from these players, but now is it just too late? Because there you can see Nero. He gets a 3x multi-kill. Him and Gio already up to 4 and 5 kills, and now just trying to break this P2 setup, get Surge spawning out, but that will be 3 in the feed as a double comes in for Nasty.
I really just have to deal with one more player. It's going to be Paul. They're trying to isolate, and they're able to do that. So they'll send him out. You try to get out and get loose if you are a Booza. But you stagger the upcoming push. You're not able to do that. Now Tixie trying to do nice shots from him with the sub in hand from top balk.
But Nero gets through. I think Nero just hits the tip. And he's going to get them off the hill. So a couple of players in position and get them off the time for now.
You're right back into it, though.
Someone's through, though. Yeah, that was Gio. They just keep finding openings. They keep finding openings, and they keep winning gunfights somehow. Rocker able to get on the hill. Well, that will be 4 dead.
Yeah, at least it happens with, what, like 20 or so seconds left. But, yeah, they just are a relentless squad. And they'll take this time. They'll take the lead. You still have Paul out battling mid-map. And just due to how clean that was in that stretch, I mean, okay, there is a split that comes in. So one's going to spawn towards Old. That will be 0-4. But the player in the hard point is able to take that fight. Enough time was remaining that you do battle back towards mid if you're Vancouver. But that was nearly flawless from Rocker. Yeah, they're just hitting it underground over and over. Just hitting.
Yeah, I just thought maybe 3-4 dead would be clean enough for Surge, but just wasn't. And well, now Nero's going to hit another pinch. He's going to find 2. There's Gio in for the 3rd. 0-4. He's got the AR sub in hand. And there we go, able to get him off the hill, but a very close spawn did it come in for Surge. But it just does not matter right now as Purple dominating the feed.
You just know how scrappy a map like this can be, how slay heavy it can be. You gotta begin to heat up here if you are Surge. You have eyes in your back of your head as you deal with players like Nero. It's all Purple once again on the kill feed. They continue to soak up the time, but I mean, listen, you can deal with moments like this on Skyline. Even when you go 4 dead, like it's not gonna lead to that much time. You're still only down, what, like 10? Even though it seems like you've really had an advantage in the slaying department over stretches. I mean, you're about 14-6 for Geo, 15-6, 11-7 for Nero. Like, you've had some really great slaying performances, but we've got a game.
Yeah, and now you see the spawns very close here for Surge. So there was a moment, Paul gets taken down, he's gonna spawn out, the back is then open, you try to readjust. What ends up happening, Surge just go right through the hill, then get the close spawn. So they get rewarded towards this P4. As good as Geo has been, it's still Surge with the lead. You're gonna rely on a break. Again, he is snapping, they find all the kills that are on the top.
Well, you tried to get PTSD to Paul X with that one-on-one win and the patio spawn that came in for Surge. Like, something with that back patio. It pops for Surge, and they'll steal one from you, but you do get back in if you're Rocker. Estriel now at the angle. He's trying to go streaking. Doesn't lead to too much more, but you see everybody just fighting around the point. The numbers go the way of Surge, and they'll retain the rest of this time. Look for a small lead change, and now we'll get into our second set, basically tied up, and it feels like if you're Surge, you survived a couple big moments of big plays from Rocker. A slow start from Hixie, who's 5-12. You maybe give him a chance to get going.
Yeah, I think on one side, if you're Surge, you want a better P2 this time around if you have the opportunity. On the other side for Rocker, you just want a much cleaner P4 if you get the chance. Those were the two hills where you were set up for both of those teams, right, where you can earn some of that time. But yeah, just a couple of plays happen, and well spawns flip, and yeah, pretty much tie game.
Well, we'll have the P2 coming up in a moment here, and we'll see if that'll play out any differently. As good as spawns may look for Rocker, that can change in a second, but Nero is piecing, Geo is piecing. They're both, okay, well, Geo was until a Boozer just slaps him as he chows there.
That's just kind of my worry right now. It just feels like the multi-kills, kind of what we talked about. Like, so once someone makes a play for Rocker, they all start to get going, and yeah, it's been Nero and Geo. Just,
yeah, and like you're getting outslayed by 15 right now if you're Surge. You're right around there. Like, okay, that's all right now, but if that keeps going and suddenly you're outslayed by 30, like you're not winning probably a Skyline when you're getting outslayed by 30.
Yeah, maybe a chance. I mean, Hixie's able to find a double, so they're not going to have the spawns quite yet. Will Surge. You're still going to have Rocker members here, but they're going to keep it messy after losing rotation, and now they're able to get the spawn. So similar to what Rocker was able to do for Surge on the first time through, this is their chance to get back into the game.
It absolutely is. You do this with a lot more time remaining here, so what can you actually cash in on if you are Surge? Paul S and Estriel, they want to make it nothing, but the pistol not going to hit though. Nero nearly takes down 2, but maybe one of those big multis you're going to need out of the side of Surge. We heard the comms earlier in the map 1 from Rocker, and they were frustrated. Surge was making a rally. Surge are now the team that desperately need the rally. Down 20, getting outslayed, looking to turn and burn. Let's go to the comms with Vancouver Surge.
Nice, Jordan, keep it up, bro. One more. Tap it if you want. Take your time.
Alright, there's only one TV. He's P1, no, he's P1.
P1
and worked, I'm pretty sure. Jim.
Okay, look, TV, he's gone out. He's gone out.
That's not bad, yeah. Just not wood.
Yeah,
just flip one. One turning front there. One probably turning front.
Canada, that's an entry, let's go.
Nice. I'm dropping down better.
Eshiel's weak, bedside.
Better, AD on time.
Let's try you right, Eshiel.
Back right ball. And one out. TV. On time now.
Bar, Eshiel.
Nice. Respond deep, give me a sec.
I can't, far.
On right. One on time, left side time. He's on time. Near weak. They were dead, after give me a sec. One TV, out on you.
Right side time.
On right. That's you here.
Let's do that.
Nice, one more.
One more. Each out.
Okay, go top.
You want to stack top today?
Yeah, go.
Let's do it.
Wow.
Don't see him.
Yeah, he's here. Dead.
Nice. He spawns out. He's going to spawn out. Let's go stone quick.
Yeah, go.
Where's fireplace? Here's fireplace.
I did that.
One push.
Stone.
Ben, you have 2 rugs.
See him in the back.
Only one in the back. 2 rugs.
Okay. I'm
Turning
turning back. I'm turning back.
Shower.
Nice. That's one out, guys.
One more. One bench, you're weak. One on the back.
I'm pushing front.
Shower. Right side, shower. We can stone.
On the back, I see twice on the back. One on the back.
Top stone, last guy. Top stone. You're going to spawn out as well. Yeah, P1 on bed right now.
Yeah, we
Pressure's on me. They're also on me. There's 3 out.
Go right.
Go. Let's to the back.
Yeah, on the back of you, Charlie.
The back of Eshiel. One shot, Eshiel.
Stop.
Weak, so weak. He's on the stairs.
Well, where I said the slate might have to improve for Surge, it has not. Negative 20 or so at this point in the league, continuing to grow for Rocker. You're up 80 now. Joe, I know you weren't loving what you were seeing.
I mean, as soon as we went to listening, I mean, it was just dominant P3 control for Rocker to build that lead, and then they're able to earn this break. But yeah, you're just seeing the multi-kills. I mean, Gio had a couple of them during that listening. And well, now they have this 70-point lead, and they are close to closing this series out and moving on.
You're going to need an insane stretch here on Skyline if you are Surge and getting this to a 5th map. I mean, you're going to have to mimic what Rocker has been able to do. Just kind of turn to another gear. But Nero wanting none of it. Estriel trying to shut it down on the other side of it, but your rally begins now if you're Surge. So far, so good inside of the P1. You have got to step it up and step it up in a big way. Your shooters have got to get hot. I mean, really, I'm looking at Abuza, 04, to really start to take over on this particular map. 04 is going to get plucked out of the point. Abuza will get one, but it'll stop at one, and the rest of the feed goes the way of Rocker. You've got the P2 side of the map. I mean, if you're Surge, you somehow got to get them out of the point and get a flip in these next 15.
Yeah, I thought that was a chance maybe at the P1. We've seen some really good P1 holds, but yeah, I mean, Abuza just gets picked out of the hill, and then everything just starts to fall apart. And then you can see Rocker, they're playing safe, but they're also controlling the map, finding the scrap time. You see number 3 in Nero watching kitchen side, so they win this rotation. Abuza is going to find a kill, but on rotation, it will be Nero taking down 04. P2 control over to Rocker.
Yeah, they never actually dealt with Estro. I think they thought the nade was going to clean him up, but he's just jumping there, hopping, able to stay up with 9 HP. He staggers the push, but Surge maybe coming alive when you need him to or not. Thought they had numbers here for a moment, but it's kind of a 2-on-2 skirmish as everybody races back to it. You're 11 points away from the victory if you're a Rocker. Nasty, a much-needed multi-kill. He gets traded out, though. Despite the multi-kill, you still have numbers here if you're a Rocker. Surge doing everything they can, but it's just too little, too late. Second by second, their tournament lives disappear. Rocker magically don't go 5. They get it done in 4. And I'll tell you what, from the round 3 of the control to the end of the map 4, it was all Rocker. They were running through Surge.
They just hit a switch, man. We say it time and time again, but they have some individuals that just have pop-off moments. They do it here again. Gio and Nero in this game 4. And I just think if you're Surge, that map 3 hurts big time.
Yeah, it's like it's a combination of like what it did to the map 4. It feels like too, like your confidence just got ripped away, and they just run through you in the map 4. I mean, you take the map 3, at least then if you collapse in the map 4, you're guaranteed a map 5. Then who knows how that goes? Maybe you can clutch up in round 11 and clutch up in a game 5 Surge and get the dub, but it just ripped their sails away, bro. It did. I mean, we were just watching it happen in slow motion. It felt like. It's just like we're watching like Dragon Ball and people are powering up, bro. Like Rocker, we're just slowly powering up, dude.
They have done it all year.
Yeah,
they've done it all year.
Up, man.
They are it's a scary team down here in losers bracket. They're gonna move on the other side. Yeah, I mean, Surge had some moments in that game 4. I'll tell you what, Rocker did so well. Every single P2, it just felt like there was another player that they could just not find. They did such a good job when they didn't have spawns at P2. Where you can see he just kind of flatlined. I mean, at a P3, you go from 121 to 168. That is a ton of time earned on that hill, and that is just where the momentum shifted.
And it's just tough, like our view of Surge. You know, you win 3 straight to come into this to get a winner's bracket start. We're hoping, you know, they might level up on LAN a little bit, considering some of their struggles maybe they've had online.